Mojoholics, welcome back to What's Your Mojo, the weekly show where we fill you in on what you might have missed last week, give you a sneak peek on what's coming up next week, ask your feedback, and answer viewer FAQs. But before we get to it, we just wanted to give you guys a shout out for helping us get to 3.5 million subs on YouTube. Holla! Okay, did I just say holla? Because I ain't no holla back girl. But regardless, thanks. Oh, and if you guys want to make a guess about when we hit 4 million subs, do so in the comments, and whoever's closest to the exact date will get a t-shirt. All right, let's do it. In case you missed it, this week we added to our huge stockpile of horror movie top 10s with the top 10 horror movie villain motivations, which are like the most creative reasons we could come up with as to why the bad guys from horror flicks slash up sexy teens or whatever.
Look what you did to him!
Also, if you want to fight for your right to party, check out our top 10 Beastie Boys songs, which we also published this week. Hopefully we didn't sabotage it too badly. Get it? See what I did there? All right, lame, whatever. The weekend is here, thank God. Which means it's time for another WatchMojo marathon viewing session. We got tons of great stuff for you this weekend if you're into ridiculously difficult video games and sad breakup songs. But I'd like to draw your attention to the top 10 evil movie laughs, which you can expect to see on Sunday. This one's gold too. What other list can you expect to see an inanimate deer's head, an evil sci-fi emperor, and a fugly alien chasing Arnold Schwarzenegger?
What the hell are you?
Exactly. That's what I thought. Now, I'm gonna practice my evil laugh. Ugh, that blew. I'm sorry, guys. Are you ready for some trivia? Of course you are. Okay, DBZ fans, this one's for you. When Goku was facing off against Nappa and Vegeta, what was his power level? 42, 1,000, over 9,000, or 7,642,801? You are correct if you guessed...
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
BT dubs. Check out more trivia like that at WatchMojo.com/trivia. So I am talking to you about DBZ because April 26, 1989 is the day that Dragon Ball Z debuted on TV in Japan, which is 25 years ago, you guys. Since then, they've brought you all the Goku fights and Super Saiyan brawls and Krillin deaths that you could possibly want.
Help me!
If anime's your jam, we have many lists for you. Try these on for size. Top 10 anime powers we wish were real, top 10 anime series, top 10 anime anti-heroes, top 10 anime battles, top 10 anime villains, and more. Also, don't forget to head over to WatchMojo.com/calendar to see thousands of our older, equally timely videos. And make sure to vote on the topics that matter most to you so we can tailor our future videos to your tastes. Before we ask you guys your opinions on a few of our lists, we thought we'd show you the fruits of your labor. A few of the lists we asked you guys to vote on before have been published, including top 10 disturbed songs, top 10 stalker songs, creepy by the way, and top 10 fictional islands. Thanks again for your votes. We have some more lists in need of your input this week. If you love action flicks but don't love being too mainstream about it, we're working on top 10 cult action flicks. We've already got top 10 cult comedies published and top 10 cult horror flicks on the way soon. So this will round out the series nicely.
Groovy.
Next up, for the gamers, we're doing top 10 first-person shooters. And sure, we have a lot of people in the office who know video games, but I will be no help to this list because I'm that person who gets stuck in the corner staring at the ceiling while playing GoldenEye. So... And finally, we've got another series for y'all. This time, it's top 10 rap songs per decade, starting in the 70s and going all the way to the 2000s. So make sure to vote on each of the 4 polls, and I promise I will not try to rap any of them, except maybe Rapper's Delight.
I said hip hop, I hip it to the hip hip hop. You don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the beat.
Rapping Grandma ain't got nothing on me. And be sure to head over to WatchMojo.com/suggest to let us know what you think. And while you're there, make sure to exercise your right to vote on any other lists you may have an opinion on. And now on to your favorite part of the show, the Viewer FAQ, where Dan and I do our best-ish to answer your oddly specific questions. Say hi to the nice folks, Dan.
Hi.
Okay, question time. Lawrence Nguyen commented on our Top 10 Avenged Sevenfold songs list. Top 10 singles does not equal top 10 best songs. Why did you make this list if you're not even going to try WatchMojo? You want to take this one, Dan?
Sure. We approach our artist countdowns the same way an artist would usually approach a set list for one of their shows. We try to please everyone, new fans and old. Which reminds me, we have another question here. Matthew Mojica left this sorta related comment. I hate you guys. You only list songs in all your top 10s that have a music video. Sad face.
Yeah, actually, that is false. We often use live footage and get blasted for not using the album version, or use the album version and show only an album cover and get blasted for not having any video. But basically, it just so happens that most artists' commercially successful or fan favorite songs do have music videos. That's just the deal.
Alrighty, I've got a question from Sam Lasley. How do you compile a WatchMojo video? What are the different processes and stages taken to get it made? And also, do all of the team decide the order of your top 10s? How much influence does the suggestions page have on the rankings? Thanks.
Good question. Without giving away too much of the secret sauce, we'll try to take you through the process from start to finish. So first, we basically come up with an idea. So that's either a viewer suggestion or related to a calendar date or a movie release, or it's on the suggest page or whatever. Then we discuss the angle that we're going to take, define the criteria, and start the research process, which includes many things like previously published lists and articles from dozens and dozens of sources, and then we add and subtract entries and tailor it to our criteria and angle.
Every day we have an office-wide meeting to cross-reference our research with what our viewers have suggested. We then proceed to fight about the entries and figure out which order they should go into. Now, as you can guess, this gets pretty heated, but at least everyone gets a say and things get balanced out.
Then we send the list off to one of our many writers, some of whom are full-timers and some are domain expert part-timers who sit in a room full of typewriters waiting to write the next great American novel.
Let's see. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. You stupid monkey.
Then it comes back to us, we put a final WatchMojo polish on the writing, and it's off to the video editors who work their magic with sound bites and visuals. And that is basically the shortest answer we can come up with to how does a WatchMojo video get made. But wait, there's more. We have 3 sorta but not really related questions that we're gonna answer all at once.
Okay, Scape Grace asks, I want to know how WatchMojo came about. Like, was it because of YouTube or... Also, how did Dan and Rebecca get on board? Mass Oreo Killer asks, what inspired this YouTube channel? And how did Dan and Rebecca get a job in WatchMojo? Are they the creators? And Ebo Productions asks, on our video of the top 10 London landmarks, so this isn't a movie-themed channel? This is about, like, everything? I'm not trying to be a dick, I just don't really get it anymore. From video games to tourist attractions?
Okay, let me try to do this fast. WatchMojo started in January 2006. We launched the YouTube channel in 2007. It took us from then until late 2012 to hit 100,000 subs. And then we finally hit 1 million subs in October 2013. And as I mentioned before, this past weekend we just hit 3.5 million subs. Thanks again.
As for me, I joined in 2011 to help beef up our movies and video game content that you guys love so much, as we were already pumping out tons of content on cars, fashion, travel, etc.
I joined full-time in 2008, and since then I've stepped into the boxing ring, sliced and diced and deep-fried stuff, interviewed everyone from Justin Bieber to Guar, and learned all sorts of trivia that'll help me school anyone on Jeopardy!
I think I'd still beat you on Potent Potables.
You don't know what that is.
It's pottery. Anyway, that brings us to our final point. It's not that we're so much a movie channel or not a movie channel, because we obviously are. It's just that we've always believed in variety, and it took a while for our top 10s to pick up. So, sprinkled throughout our very relevant and new kick-ass top 10s, we've got tons of bios, interviews, how-tos, cooking videos, etc.
So if anything, we're a pop culture entertainment channel that focuses on top 10s. Now, we probably won't be doing too many how-tos anymore, but we might do the odd wildcard top 10 to spice things up based on what's happening that day and this viewer suggestions, which is how we ended up doing top 10 fruits and top 10 vegetables, and why, who knows, one day we may do top 10 breads and top 10 teas.
All right, guys, thanks as always for the questions. We are taking note of all your questions and suggestions, so please keep them coming. We're going to try to get them in future shows. Now, if you'd like to vote on which FAQ questions we're going to answer next, you can do so on our suggestions page. And if you want this FAQ section to become its own standalone show, you can suggest that as well.
And of course, if you want your questions answered, leave them here in the comments, hit us up on Twitter or Facebook, or email us at watch@WatchMojo.com. And don't forget the hashtag WMFAQ. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and tune in again next week for another edition of What's Your Mojo? See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.